Hello everyone, I'm Bottles and welcome to my new series called Releasing the Unreleased. Unreleased games have always fascinated me to my core. Not only do I find the concept of an abandoned project for a very popular franchise super interesting, but I also always think about how the franchise would have been affected if these games were to be released. I'm going to start off our series proper by going into as many unreleased Sonic games as I can, speculating how it would have affected future Sonic canon if these games were to be released. The first one we will get into is a game that technically was released in Japan, but failed all location tests: SegaSonic Bros. SegaSonic Bros was going to be a puzzle game that released in 1992 starring Sonic, along with his two brothers, Yellow Sonic and Red Sonic. I wonder if this was the inspiration of the color scheme that would soon become Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. This game was actually designed by Fukio Mitsuji, the designer for the immensely popular puzzle game Bubble Bobble. So, how did this game work? So reading up on how this puzzle game works was very confusing. So I decided to consult the actual gameplay footage, and Jesus Christ, it's still confusing. SegaSonic Bros is a falling block style puzzle game, along the same lines as Tetris, Tetris Attack, and Puyo Puyo. The way this game operates is that there are three, eventually four, types of Sonics: Blue Sonic, Red Sonic, Yellow Sonic, and White Sonic. You make these Sonics fall down the board, and when they hit the bottom, they become blocks. Your goal is to encircle a chunk of the board with one color of Sonic to clear that part of the board. The sides of the board count as any type of Sonic, it seems, meaning you can use the corners of the board as part of the circle, no matter what color Sonic you are using. Where things get kinda confusing, however, is what constitutes a circle. Sometimes in the gameplay footage there are some weird shapes that the game considers a circle, so it's a little unclear where the game draws the line. In this game there are multiple types of modes. There's the one-player mode and the versus play. In single player, you use the Sonics to defeat the Robotniks in the middle to progress through the levels by reaching certain point thresholds. Every 10 levels, you will be treated to a different background and a different song, indicating that you made it to the next zone. Interestingly enough, the level song for level 40 through 49 is the Blue Sphere theme from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, 2 years before the game it appears in came out. Take a listen. The game ends when either the player character can't drop any more Sonics or when they reach level 99. If the player reaches level 99, you get a message saying, "Congratulations! Thank you for playing. Level 99 clear. You are a super player." The versus play mode is just a multiplayer versus mode where there are two win conditions. Either you win by making the other players top out their board, or if you reach 300,000 points first. Your standard multiplayer falling block puzzle game nonsense. Jeez, I sure as hell seem to have described a whole ass game back there. It's almost like this game was done before it was cancelled, so what happened? What's crazy is that unlike most cancelled games, this game was actually finished. You can literally find the ROM of this game and play it right now. The video on screen is not a recreation of this game, no. This is the actual game. So if the game is finished, why didn't they just release it? In short, people didn't like it. When they started location testing the game in Japan, it was received so poorly that they scrapped the project altogether. This game was actually considered lost media until 2018, where a user named Showtime released the working ROM for the game. He did what our show title says. He released the unreleased. Unfortunately, I don't think the Sonic canon would have changed much if this game came out to the public. I'm not convinced that Red Sonic, Yellow Sonic, and White Sonic would have become mainstay characters and official brothers to Sonic the Hedgehog. The most I can see the modern Sonic games being affected by this game is that if it did come out, it honestly would just be referenced like they do with Mean Bean Machine. That concludes this episode of Releasing the Unreleased. What did you guys think? Are there games that you guys want me to cover that just have never come out? Put your suggestions in the comments below and let's learn about the wonderfully weird world of cancelled games together. If you want to see the next episode of this series, tune in next week, but if you're impatient, become a channel member to be able to watch the episode right now. Our social media are in the description below, as well as our merch store, and make sure to support the channel as much as you can. The more you support, the more I can eat. With that, I bid you, my well-esteemed guests, adieu.